Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dan from DHTV, and today I have the iPhone Air and the iPhone 17 Pro. I'm going to let you guys know in this video why I'm switching away from the iPhone Air, and I'm going to start using the iPhone 17 Pro. This will help you guys if you're trying to decide which iPhone to buy, but also why not to buy a certain iPhone and which iPhone may be better for you. Even the iPhone 17s, I'll be talking about that as well. Let's get started. All right, so I don't want to make this a long video. I'm not going to get into crazy specs or anything like that because all these phones, for most people, are more than enough to handle your day-to-day usage. Even Android phones, pretty much every Android phone can do what you need it to do. It's just the little details now that change whether you should buy this phone or another. And that's where things fell apart for me with the iPhone Air. It's a beautiful phone. It's great. I love the thin design. However, I put a case on my phone and I lose the thinness and it becomes a thicker phone. So that aspect of things is only nice if you plan to use the phone naked. Let me go over the pros of the iPhone Air. Everything works, all the apps work the same. You won't notice any lag or speed differences in terms of day-to-day use for most people. Even with the 17s, I mean, for most people, you don't notice the difference in these, even though the 17 has a smaller chip. This has the same chip as the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. Another pro for the iPhone Air is the larger screen. It actually has a larger screen than the iPhone 17 Pro. So this actually fits in the middle of the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. So if you want a larger screen than the iPhone Air, you can get the Pro Max, but you're paying a lot more. Now, another pro with the iPhone Air is price point. You're not going to pay as much for it. It comes in at like $9.99 in the US, substantially more in other parts of the world, where the Pro model will come in at $10.99, Pro Max $11.99. So you're just getting more expensive there. And then the 17, the standard 17, $7.99. Where this fell apart for the most part for me was the camera. First off, the camera bump adds that same thickness. All the iPhones have that camera bump, but when you are promoting a super thin phone, it stands out even more because that was one of the great things about this phone was how thin it was, and then you get this big bump. So for that, the camera just takes away from the thinness of the phone for me, and because I use it with a case, that turns it into a thicker phone. But the actual camera itself didn't cut it for me. And for most people, it will. But if you take photos and you want to zoom in, the iPhone Air only has a 2x optical zoom. So you're going to hit 2x zoom, and that's as far as you go. Now, if you wanted to zoom in even further, you're going to have to use the digital zoom, which is okay, but digital zoom creates graininess. Now, it may not show as clear right here in this photo because I have good lighting, but if we take the iPhone 17 Pro, you'll notice we have all the way up to 8x optical zoom, meaning we can get up to 8x without losing quality. And then after that, we can zoom in even further. Like we can get really detailed in there if we wanted to. It also has 3 cameras, so you're going to be able to use not just the ultra wide, which is the zoom out. So you can see we get a nice wide angle at 0.5, where the iPhone Air doesn't even have a zoom out or a wide angle lens. But you're also going to get a macro lens with the iPhone 17 Pro. So if I want to really get into detail on this, I can just bring the item close. So I'll just go back into my regular camera and look, you're getting a super macro lens. You can see that little flower. We can see super details on this, and we can even zoom in even further and really get in there. If we try to do the same thing with the iPhone Air, you can see it's blurred out. If I zoom in, it's just getting worse and worse. And I use the macro lens quite a bit, especially if you do eBay and things like that. Getting right in on the product makes it a lot easier for you to sell the product because now you're showing details of things and you can show imperfections on certain things. Like you can really see the details, and I'm almost touching this camera and we're getting details like that. So for me, being a content creator, it is a big deal because I do film with these iPhones. I do use them from the daily basis, but even from a standpoint of just taking photos and being outside or fitting more people into the photo with the camera, not having the ultra wide lens became an issue. And I didn't realize how much I used it until I didn't have it. And you'll notice the same thing And anybody who tells you they don't is either brand new to iPhones or smartphones and never really used those lenses in the older cameras or in the other phones. But that is a big problem. With that being said, you can also see you lose camera modes with the iPhone Air. So if you're someone who likes to take portrait photos, you get that. But there's a feature called cinematic photo, and it's not there. And that's like taking portrait photos but in video formats. If I bring something a little bit closer, and it's supposedly going to blur out the background of things. So now I'm getting that kind of portrait mode effect. It's hard to do this on camera because I'm holding the camera and the actual product in this way. So, but you can see it's blurring that background, giving you that really cool mode. You're not going to get that anymore if you go with the iPhone Air. And even the iPhone 17, it has two cameras. So you're going to get more than what the iPhone Air is providing. The next thing I didn't like about the iPhone Air was the battery. I did notice a difference. And again, I'd use it for a lot of content and things. And here's my battery averages on the iPhone 17 Pro. Haven't been using it very much. But on the iPhone Air, I'm always here. Like, it just seems like no matter what I do, I'm always in the low end. And it's 12:50 in the afternoon. I didn't charge the phone overnight tonight because some nights I don't. But, I was watching Netflix, TikTok, using some of these other options or other uh, apps, and you can see 3 hours and 9 minutes longer for the week. I believe this is by the week or daily. I don't know. If I tap on it, you can see that day, Monday, I was watching Breaking Bad again, and I really pushed it. But when I do that on this phone, it doesn't die as fast. Like, I'm not talking dramatic differences, but enough where I'm constantly searching for a charger. I'm always searching for a charger, and I did not have to do that with my iPhone 16 Pro or my iPhone 15 Pro. I don't know exactly why it feels that way. It could be in my head, but I do notice a difference. One thing I like better about the iPhone Air than the iPhone 17 Pro or any of the iPhones is that this is titanium. I was a big fan of the titanium, even with the other iPhones, the older iPhones, but they took that away with the Pro models and made them aluminum. I like the orange color. A lot of people hate it. I don't mind it. I got an orange case to go with it with a little bit of a clearness to it. I'll link that in the description if you want to purchase it. A lot of people ask me about that one, but I don't mind the color, but the material, I don't know. Maybe it's because everybody says that it's a cheaper material. I also see people posting that this turns kind of like a rose gold. Mine's not doing anything like that. Still has that same sort of orange copper look to it, but I do prefer titanium. I like the feel of it, and I do like how light and thin this one does feel if I'm going to use it without a case. If I throw a case on it, I might as well just be using the better phone and having all the features on the go. So in the end, my opinion stands strong with the iPhone Air being a great looking phone and concept wise awesome, but I don't think that in the real world that we're in right now, it's the best option to purchase. At $1,000, I feel it's overpriced for what you're getting. I strongly recommend you look at the 17 Pro model, the iPhone 17 standard model, or even an iPhone 16 Pro. And especially if you're somebody who plans to keep their phone for more than 2, 3, 4, or even 5 years. The iPhone 17 is even giving you a dual camera system, a more balanced battery performance, and it has fewer trade offs overall over the Air. And the Pro is giving you everything that you would want or could get from an iPhone. Plus, I think this was kind of like Apple's concept. Like, they're going to come out with a folding phone. There's no question Apple's coming out with a folding phone. Maybe this is the concept, because imagine they had two of these side by side. That's their folding phone. And then you get away with having a super thin, and you can add the more cameras because they'll have the second phone beside it to fold to give everything that maybe this phone could do. But I don't know. We'll see what Apple comes out with in a year, and if they actually bring that phone out this year or next year. But let me know in the comments what you're trying to decide on. I didn't really script this out or anything. It just started to bother me, and I figured, you know what, it's time to change, and this is why. So do your research, check it out in the Apple Store. That way you can feel and see it for yourself, and be honest with yourself. Is the thin phone really going to matter when you throw a thick leather case or an OtterBox case or something huge on it? it's not going to matter anymore. So unless you're going to go naked with the iPhone Air, don't even consider the thinness of the phone. So let me know again in the comments if you have any questions, which iPhone you purchased, which one you're going to get, why you like it. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. Totally. Everybody has their own personal preference. This is just what happened with me. You might love the iPhone Air and it's perfect for you. And that's exactly where it fits in. So hit that like button, subscribe, click the bell notification box if you want to be notified when I post new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one.